Hello and welcome to the fourth episode in August. This is, we're starting to wrap up this Facebook marketing with one of our top producing agents, Rob Denton. If you've been watching the other videos with him, you know he has this secret sauce that he uses for his Facebook marketing. First, I wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor for this episode, CRR Title. So, did you know that CRR Title will hold earnest money for all of your transactions you close with them? Did you know that you could receive a 15% discount on title charges if you sell your own personal property and use CRR Title? And did you know that you could get a free lookup, which is a snapshot of the owner of the records and outstanding balances and liens from CRR Title just by asking? Well, now you know. And using CRR Title is as simple as using an attorney on our CRR Title attorney list, or you can have us sign up your favorite attorney just by shooting us an email with their contact info to sales@crrtitle.com. So thank you, CRR Title. Rob.
Yes.
So we've got a lot of the foundation, right? First episode was what is Facebook? Why are we using the personal page? Second one, we said, hey, these are the things that you don't want to put on your personal page, right? Third one was, hey, this is why video can be a great addition to getting yourself out there and creating that brand. Now, we've been talking about that this is a formula, right? You have some way of saying, well, these are the things that you want to post. This is what you want to talk about. Maybe these are the times of day. Is that right?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, there is a.
Go to you.
Awesome, thank you, Grant. Well, yeah, there is an actual formula that I use, and this is stuff that I was taught, guys, but I also took it and kind of implemented my own things that I found over using this for the last 4 or 5 years. So I want to go back a little bit and just talk about media in general in our country and how it's consumed. So whether you're watching television, you're listening to the radio, or you're reading the newspaper. These are the big three forms of media, aside from social media, that we were all raised on and our parents were raised on. And if you look at how they market to us, and what I mean they is how the corporations and how the business people have marketed to us as consumers for the last 100 years, 150 years, if you want to go all the way back with newspaper, it's been the exact same formula. And they've used it across all forms of media, and all I have done is taken that formula and implemented it on social media and specifically Facebook. And what that formula is, it's very simple. It's 4-to-1. For every 4 posts you put out there, I want one of them to be for you. Now, the other side of that is, well, what do I put for my other 3 posts, Rob? And just like television, when we first talked, I believe we covered this in our first video. I want you guys to start looking at your Facebook page like UTV. I want you to look at your Facebook page and know that that's your television network. And on UTV, just like WGN or ABC or whatever your HBO, whatever it is, there's multiple forms of media. There's news, there's entertainment, there's sports, there's all kinds of different things that are trying to engage your attention. And in between those things, we have advertisements, and that's where our 1 comes in. So for every 4 posts you put out there, so 1 in the morning for inspiration, 1 in the early afternoon for engagement. Hey, do I put mustard or ketchup on my hot dog? And then maybe later on in the afternoon, you might put something out there that moved you. That's a song that you really like. It might be something that an opinion that you're looking for, and use your life as something to draw from. Don't be fake. People can read through fake. So one of the best pieces of advice I ever learned from a coach was, if you're ever struggling for something to post, don't worry about creating, just document what's going on with you. So those 3 posts, you can kind of play with them. You can do some different stuff with them. The 4th post is the most important post. That's your advertisement. Now you've given. The main thing is give value. You always want to give your audience something, make them laugh, make them think, make them feel something. And now you're asking for something from them. But what I implore you to not do is don't get in front of your camera on a video and go, Hi, my name is John, and I am a real estate agent, and I want to sell you a house. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody is feeling connected to that guy. But you know what people are connected to is a short video that maybe you put up and you say, I just left the client's house and I can't believe I'm able to help them. They
You
didn't think
know,
they were going to be
yeah.
able to sell their house,
Thank you
and now
so
they
much for that. Can we just touch on that and unpack that
sure,
for just 1 second? Because
sure.
I want to make sure that everybody stays in compliance with legalities,
Mhm.
and obviously, it's important to have, like you said, that you have that professional business Facebook page, right, for that
Mhm.
legitimacy, for the professional aspect. So personal is not really the place for those ads, right? That exactly what you just
Yes.
said of creating that video saying, "Hey, I'm here to sell you a house. Come to," personal is not the place for that. So,
Exactly.
just say again what you just said about how do you get around that so people are still seeing, oh, well, this person's a realtor, but it's not
Mhm.
an ad on a personal page.
Exactly. Yeah. This is not a targeted ad towards anybody. This is not a, I am business person X and I'm willing to give service Y to you for a price or whatever for any kind of consideration. That's not what we're doing here. We're telling people stories and we're talking about what we are doing for our current clients. And if I'm correct, Grant, and you're the man to talk to with this, that's completely within compliance and there's nothing that colors outside the lines with that. And it works on two fronts. Number one, you stay in compliance, and number two, nobody wants to see a commercial. What do people do when they see commercials? They grab the remote control and they change the channel. They fast forward through them if it's on DVR or on demand. Nobody wants to see your pitch. But what they do want to hear is about what you're passionate about. And if you're not passionate about your job, I don't know if you're in the right industry. No offense. Don't want to make anybody upset. But if you're passionate about what you do, let it show through. And it doesn't have to be video, guys. Now, when I say advertisement, that's probably the wrong word. What I more want to think about this as is your post for you. You've given 3 times, you're getting one. So this post is to highlight what you do, and it's going to promote your business, but it's not a specific targeted ad, if
Could
that
you give
makes
some
sense. So,
examples of what that might look like?
um, so instead of saying I'm a realtor and I want to help you buy a house, you would much rather say, let me tell you a brief story about how I helped this young couple buy their first home. Talk about the emotion of it. Talk about the apprehension, the fear, the excitement, the joy, the the late night phone calls from them, the early
Hmm.
morning text messages. Talk about the emotion that goes
So
into
you're
it.
saying instead of the solicitation of the take, you're more sharing about
Exactly.
kind of what you love about it.
It's a share. It's a feeling about what you do for a living. It's a video. It's a picture. It might be a listing for a house that was sold in, I don't know, sold on the West Coast, and it's got really cool pillars in the front. And you want to say, hey, check this out. There's some really cool pillars on the front. Now, what you're doing by that is you're not necessarily trying to sell that house, but you're reminding your audience that you're in the real
That
estate
this is my
business. And
game. This is what I'm focusing
sometimes
on.
that's enough. Sometimes it's enough to just go, hey, I'm here.
Yeah,
Remember me?
right.
I'm here.
Sure.
I'm always here. I'm always available to answer questions. What I like to do, guys, I'll go to Home Depot, and I just want to say a lot of people have been friend requesting me that are CRR agents, and I hope you guys have been combing through my stuff. I've been keeping it pretty consistent with the formula, and I hope somebody out there has picked up on that 3-to-1, that 4-to-1 ratio. But I'll go to Home Depot and I'll take 2 pieces of flooring and I'll go, check this out. They have a 6-inch wide board over here and a 4-inch wide board here. This one's an oak and this one's a maple. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the difference of these? I'm not necessarily saying come buy a house with me, but what I'm saying is I am in the business of housing. I'm still here. And that casual reminder, guys, it's like driving by a billboard that says Coca Cola. It's not going to make you stop at Speedway and go buy one, but it's brand recognition. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to constantly remind our audience in a very professional yet a very personal way on what we do for a living. And there's many different ways to do that. And if you guys look at my Facebook page, you can see some of the types. And I like to have fun with it. I do a lot of different stuff on there. I'll do 5 different pictures of light fixtures, and I'll say, hey, which one is your favorite? And I get people talking about it. And
So
as we
everybody
talked
go
about
over there
videos
if you haven't
before,
already. Check it out, Robert J. Denton. His profile's public, or you can reach out and friend request him, Robert J. Denton. So next week you're going very in depth, yeah.
yeah. Next week, what we're going to do?
Yeah, we've been touching on things so far, but
yeah, we've been taking bites of the pie
yeah,
for a little bit. We've been taking
right.
bits. And what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to lay it all out. I'm going to lay it out. I have a slideshow presentation that I am almost final with. I'm almost finalized doing it. So I'm going to show you guys from beginning to end exactly how to do what I do and how I became, a pretty steady producing professional in the real estate business. And we're gonna jump onto each topic, and we're going to go line by line, and it's going to be a recap, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper into all the different topics that we've touched on this video series. So if you've watched Grant and myself from the beginning, thank you. I know I have a tendency to ramble on a little bit, but I'm excited about not only real estate, but I'm excited about this. I really enjoy reaching people that were unreachable before this became a platform for us. And
I'm excited for all these realtors to get that. It's not easy for everyone. Not everybody gets it. So when you actually start implementing it, like I've started to do, and it is actually working, it's pretty amazing. So
Grant, can you talk for a second on that? Because before we started recording, guys, Grant was telling me a little bit about he was starting to implement some of the stuff we've been talking about.
So I'll be really quick. Yeah. I want to keep this video nice and short, but what we were talking about is, so I got burned out on social media a long time ago, so it's like I wasn't doing anything Facebook. And though, we've been talking to Rob, and I got the formula, and hey, let me go try it out for myself. And last week, normally I maybe get a comment, maybe 2 comments. This post I did last week, it's over 100 comments. The one that was before that, I had 85 comments. So it's like increasingly getting more. It's insane. I didn't even know that many people would see my timeline, like so much engagement.
And now we know how to take that attention and convert it into business.
Just sharing and letting people know, hey, I'm a loan originator. Hey,
exactly.
I'm a real estate agent. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much again for joining us, Rob. We're really excited for the deep dive next week. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye, guys.